Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NFL action here. Bengals at Steelers. It's Masters Week, which means we have a nice little promo for you guys. Use the code MASTERS for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. The Steelers are favored -8. The total is 47.5. The Steelers, of course, come in undefeated 8-0, 6-2 against the spread, one of the better teams against the number. But so have been the Bengals, 6-1-1 against the spread. They are 2-5-1 overall. We've got Craig Trapp here to talk about this one, where it looks like a good spot for both of these teams. The Bengals coming off a bye week, and the Steelers coming off an ugly win over the Cowboys. So maybe their focus will be a little bit better. But what are your thoughts when you see these two teams lining up?
Well, I was a little shocked that we got this line above the key number of 7. I just thought, Cincinnati, they've been so good against the spread, and you saw Pittsburgh struggle at Dallas against a Dallas team that had not covered until last week. So I think I was a little surprised. I really thought the Bengals would be +7. And, obviously the total's about right where I thought it, but that was the big shock. And I even see some lines out there 8.5. So if you're underdog searching, I would definitely search around as the Bengals. I think you can find them definitely above the key number of 7, but even off that 8 number, see some 8.5s out there.
Yeah, and we talk about Cincinnati against the number, and they're getting a lot of points here. Cincinnati is 3-1 when they're getting at least 6 points, and we talked about this before the show. The one where they didn't cover was against the Ravens, 27-3. That was a good defense. We're seeing a good defense here against the Steelers, who can get after the quarterback pretty well. Does that worry you when you see the Bengals going against the Steelers?
Well, for sure. I mean, what worries me is that the Bengals were really, really banged up. They beat the Titans with only one starter from opening day on offensive line. So now it looks like they're going to have at least 3, maybe 4 starters back. And now you got a little depth there at that offensive line. So I do like the confidence that they get. And maybe, I mean, Joe Burrow still continues to get hit a lot. But that quick passing game for the Bengals has been so good this year. And, not only, though, the Bengals good against the spread. Bengals 6-1 against the spread in their last 7. The Steelers are 5-1 against the spread. The only one they didn't cover was last game when they obviously we're looking past a very bad Dallas team. So I think you have to look at the total in this one. This line scares me, so I'm staying away from the side. I'm looking at the total. I'm going to play the over because these Bengals defense, even though they did pretty good to slow down a Titans team that had been pretty good on the over before that, they still have given up 37 to Cleveland, 31 to Indianapolis, 27 to Baltimore. And this Steelers team can and does score points. And they score on their defense and special teams as well. So I think the Steelers get 30, and I think the Bengals will get in the mid-20s here. So I do think the Bengals will cover, but like I said, my better play going to be on the over, as I think the Bengals defense is just back to the same old that we've seen all season long. They can't stop anybody.
Right. Both of these teams actually have winning records to the over. Cincinnati 5-3, Pittsburgh 4-3-1 with 4 games to the over. The only thing I would keep an eye on is Big Ben. It's that time of year where he sometimes limps around. We saw it last game. He was taken out for a bit. So hopefully he can stay healthy if you do have the over, because he's definitely good for points. I don't know too much about if I'd like it with their backup in there. But that's going to do it for our NFL talk here on Picks and Parlays. As always, great stuff from Craig Trapp. Craig, thanks for joining us.